Okay, let's get started, guys. So we're back in the barn. New alternator's in, working just fine. No issues. But we did have an issue with our radiator, so we want to access this area first and see what's going on underneath. Thinking this would be a 10. It's not a 10. It's actually a Phillips on top. So I have a Phillips right here. You just swap over to the Phillips. If the Phillips will get it out. Sometimes they will, sometimes they're so wore out they don't want to come out. This one I did get out though. Okay, so we still had plenty of coolant in the radiator. Okay, let's see what we got now. We've been to town and back. It's still full. So that tells me it's not the radiator. However, I was worried about a head gasket. So we're going to get a light and see if there's any sort of film on top of that water. That would tell us that the oil is actually blowing back into the cooling system, which we definitely don't want. I don't think we have a problem, but we want to make sure that fluid's good and green. Even take some on our finger. What's up with the camera though? Screen blacked out, but I think it does that automatically. Tighten it up just a little. Look at that. You guys see that? That black is making me think that indeed we just blew a head gasket. None that time. There's a bunch around the outside here, which would kind of make sense. What I think we're going to do is drain our radiator into some pans. See what our fluid looks like. But I do have a feeling that we just blew the head. So if we just blew our head gasket, we're going to have to figure out which side, and then we'll have to pull the motor. That's going to work on this motor, by the way, because your head gasket is not on the top, it's on the sides. Both sides have heads, so this is not going to be a fun job to do, but we will have to pull it and put a new head gasket in, and we'll rectify the issue that the NAs do have with the head gasket. And an easy way to rectify that is by going to the turbo gasket, which is what we'll do. So it'll be upgraded to the turbo head gaskets. But it sure kind of looks like it to me. Now there's a trick you can use on diesel. I don't know if it works on gas. In fact, I'm pretty sure it won't work on gas. It has to work only on diesel. And that is to take your oil cap off and lay a dollar bill on top. If it blows it off, you've got blow by. I don't believe that works on gas. Leave a comment if you know for certain. I do know as a fact it works on diesel though. Okay, so I've got a brand new radiator to go in. Either way, we're going to swap this radiator out. And since I got to swap the radiator out, it'll actually make it easier for me to access the lights and all that if I just go ahead and pull it. How much fluid is going to be in here? Yes, I could look it up. You are totally 100% correct. But I've got some extra pans, so I'm just going to kind of get down here and get ready. Where'd you guys put the flashlight there? Gotta stop moving the flashlight off. Okay, I think I'll just do the large. One or the other. Does it not have one? Okay, it's also got radiator lines built in for the cooler. So the cooler lines will have to come off. That kind of sucks. So here it is right here. And it takes a Phillips head screwdriver. What a messed up design. I don't like this design, guys. Okay, one of the wires is right here on the passenger side. I'm literally going to try to unhook it right now while I'm under here. Which side's snapped on the radiator, which side's loose? Both hands for this clip. There we go. Okay. One side stays on the radiator. Nice. I got another one right here. Be the same. Lift the tab out away from the bottom edge and it'll pop right out. Okay, so we're going to have two lines, probably. I don't know what those are cooling. Let's see. I'm going to go up top here. I'm not sure what they cool. The other thing, the lift out mount, but as soon as we get these mounts out, I think what we're going to do is get in here and actually repaint the mounts before they go back in. So let me get a flathead screwdriver to start with. This is a yuck deal though. I'll show you why it's a yuck deal. I'm going to grab a towel too. I'm thinking more than likely I'm going to have this all over me. And then you need a screwdriver. And I'm probably going to need two screwdrivers, a stubby to help me get my hand out of the way. And I'd like a longer one to start with, and I'll get a little more torque, which hopefully is in the tool bag. Oh, it's not even in the bag. There's my other hand tools here. I'm using these for the lights. Go back in the bag for right now. Okay, so everything's going to happen over on this side of the car. So everything's going to happen over on this side of the adventure vehicle. I'll try to give you the best view I can, but honestly, it's not going to be a very good view no matter what I do. It's going to be splashy and nasty up under here. I'm almost thinking best thing for you is, oh, I can't do that though. But I could do this. That's about the best I can do. Let's see what that gets us. I don't know. Okay, so try to swing my head up under here where maybe I can see too. Right at the bottom edge here, which is a bad spot. And I don't even know how it works. Turning. See, my thought is it's going to start to splash in my face as soon as it starts out of there. Yeah, I don't like that. Now, see how slow it's going? that's because I still got the cap on. It's kind of keeping some pressure. Oh yeah. Put you guys up here where maybe you won't get so wet. Okay, so I just took the lid off. Now it's flowing really good. I'm probably not going to fill this pan. I'm going to do like half to make it easier to handle, depending on how much is in here. Don't really know. But that's easier to handle without spilling. There may not be much left in there. Trying to keep it from splashing so much. Okay. I'm going to let that run. And now we're just going to go back up top. Find a spot to put you guys. Perfect. And I'm going to start with this hose here. My upper hose. Oh, that's still not the right spot. It's got to be this one here. Last one's a charm, right? Alright. Goes off here. I'm going to take the other end off as well. Now, I would recommend probably when you do this, go ahead and change your thermostat. I do have a thermostat I can change out. Out of the donor vehicle because all of that I could tell was brand new. Now my guess there, brand new, radiator, hoses, cap, lines, the hoses were all new. Tells me, and brand new fluid. Tells me one thing, okay? They blew a head gasket. It kept overheating. And somebody talked them into a new radiator. And the radiator wasn't their issue, it was a head gasket, which is an expensive fix. So, just so you know, a head gasket is a very expensive fix. I'm hoping it doesn't have a bad head gasket, because like I said, this motor was just rebuilt before I got it. So really, we should not be looking at a bad head gasket. If it is, I'm going to try to get the dealer to rebuild it again. Because in my feelings at that point, the dealer should be smart enough, they should be putting a turbo gasket in replacement. Okay, I'm going to take the overflow off at this point. It's either going to be a 10 or an 11. I would hope a 10, but I am going to grab my 11 just in case. 9, that's an 11, 10 already up there somewhere. I had it out earlier. I don't see it now. The swivel head. Put the battery in. better job helping keep up with these tools. We're doing horrible right now. We are not keeping up with the tools. That's a 12, 13. What's that? That's a 12. Okay. Come on, 10. There it is. You guys put it under the wiring harness. Thanks. It's hard to find under there. It is very hard. No, seriously. Okay, these clips. Yeah, baby. These clips are rusted in. They're definitely 10s, and they're definitely not coming out. So what we're going to do is soak them. I'm going to soak them with a slew of products, starting with Deep Crete. This is all plastic with a metal clip, and it looks like just crappy bolts. Cheap bolts is what was put in here at some point, so the bolts themselves are rusting to the whole to the metal clips, the clippy dippy doos. Okay, so I'm going to toss my screwdriver back together for just a second so I don't lose my bit. I could throw it in my metal tray. I'm going to let that sit. And I guess I'm going to pull that screwdriver bit right out. And I'm going to go under to the lower hose, which is actually on the other side. I don't know if I want to pull it yet. If I do, I got to move a basket over there. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And I need to find something to plug those holes with on the transmission lines. I believe that's going to be a transmission cooler. I haven't really looked yet. Come up, route back, back, yes. So it's got a built-in transmission cooler. Let me make sure the other one has that built in. It may not have been built in. Yes, it does. I will say, had I known that, though, I would definitely have purchased a secondary transmission cooler to put in here. The reason for that is I used it to tow, and it had no problems towing. Transmission didn't get hot. I didn't have any issues. But having some additional transmission cooling, especially with the automatic transmission, will save your transmission. Now, what we're going to do with this before we install it is I'm going to say I didn't clean it. I have not cleaned it yet. And I'm going to say that because if we look at our box, see how greasy and dirty it is? I need to clean that. Now, this would be the original one that was on the donor. And so the bottle and stuff is filthy because they just moved it to the new radiator. The new radiator came with electric fans. But I would almost guarantee this is a new radiator. When I looked at it, the inside, the outside, everything looked new and good. And newer than mine. And it's not a factory original. Because the factory original fans from Subaru are the white fans that I currently have in my vehicle. Can't see. I did set it back with the other wrenches. Now you may wonder what I'm doing right now. Except these aren't even 10. See, these are the factories. I don't know what they're going to be. But the other one is, oh, that's a 10. Okay, so one's a 10 and one's not. Nice, guys. So what I'll probably do is move one of those fan mounts. Give me just a sec.